So my main focus has always been education, and that's my main concern. I have been approved to teach the Oregon educational mandate, but we don't have a syllabus. Now that could change, but as an NRA training counselor, I've taught concealed handgun license in Oregon for 10 years, so it just makes sense to continue that education. So if they're allowed to bring their own firearm to the gun range, are we going to have a gunsmith there to inspect all firearms, and what is their liability for that? Also at a gun range, I was president of the largest gun range in Oregon, Central Oregon Shooting Sports Association. We have impact zones per bay, pistol, rifle, and shotgun, and we have to fill out an environmental stewardship program. So if people bring a shotgun, then that means we've got to move all the way over to the shotgun bay and do that, have that reserved through the range, have our liability insurance cover those events. So what if we have an elderly lady and all she has is a shotgun? She shoots that shotgun and it blows her back and she gets injured. Who's liable for that? Or if somebody brings an unsafe firearm and maybe they don't have a gunsmith on hand to inspect, and it blows up in our faces, who's liable for that? Those are just two very small scenarios. So let's say I've trained thousands of women in 10 years. Hundreds of those women were anti-gun before they were raped, before they were assaulted, or before they saw something in the news that terrified them and they wanted to get a tool that could then help them to defend themselves. Some of these women might have even voted for this measure, but I guarantee there will be some that someday they come and they're going to want a firearm and they're not going to be able to get one. And it's going to postpone that. Let's say we have an elderly woman out in Paisley and her husband just died and she is feeling vulnerable and she wants to go get a firearm. She's got to find an instructor. She's got to go to the range. What if she's in a wheelchair and there's snow on the ground? It's going to postpone their opportunity to get a permit to purchase. So I strongly feel like this measure is not for every Oregonian. There's absolutely no way this can be accessible to everyone that needs a firearm.